We're here at Antelope Valley Union High School District Administrative Offices on Friday, May 12th, 2017. The Majority Leader of the United States House of Representatives, Kevin McCarthy, is here to award merit citations to deserving high school students in the Valley. These are all the medals set out on the tables. This is great. Well, thank you for hosting this wonderful ceremony today.
This is a highlight of the year. This is a wonderful event through Congressman McCarthy, and it's wonderful to see just the top students that we have in the Congressional district here. This is as a result of the hard work of not only the educators in the Valley, but also the parents as well, and the students. It's a collective effort, and we see the best of the best as a well-rounded students in this Congressional district.
I was mentioning that I can see now why people become professional educators.
Well, this is the highlight of what they do. This is you can see the results of all the hard work put forth, and it's a calling. It's a profession, but it's a calling as well.
Well, thank you for the Antelope Valley Union High School District for hosting it today and having everybody here.
Well, thank you. It's our pleasure. Well, again, good afternoon. Welcome to the 23rd Congressional District of California Merit Awards Program. I'm David Vierra, I'm Superintendent with the Antelope Valley Union High School District. And I tell you, it's just a pleasure to be here today, and you'll have the opportunity to host this event. If you haven't been here before, you're in for a real treat. If you have been here before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, but looking out here now, I think maybe next year we have to look at moving to another venue. But it's wonderful to see all of you here today. And of course, it's always wonderful to see Congressman McCarthy and taking his time to come out, his busy schedule, to recognize all the students here, but not only the students, but the inspirational educators that we have throughout the schools and throughout the Congressional district as well. But before we get started, if I could ask you to please stand and salute our flag, and we're going to pledge the flag. Please place your right hand over your heart. You ready? Begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like to make a couple introductions before we get into the program. I know we have a few attending superintendents from the various districts. And I saw Jeff Weinstein from Southern Kern. Jeff, good to have you here. Thank you. Also, Dave Ostosh, Assistant Superintendent, Sierra Sands. And I'd like to take a moment also to introduce board members. And when I call your name, if you could please stand up and be recognized. From Sierra Sands, Amy Castillo-Colbert. Thank you for being here. From Southern Kern, I'll go ahead and read the names that we have here. Maria Gutierrez, or Mario, I should say. Sandy Kirk. Vincent Otis. Yolanda Sanchez. From the Mojave, we have Ted Hodgkinson, and we have Richard Walpole. Thank you too for being here as well. And from the Antelope Valley Union High School District, I'd like to welcome Joe McGrady. Thank you for being here, Joe. And now, to get into the program, I'd like to introduce, and this is always a pleasure and an honor as well, to Congressman McCarthy. Before he turn over the mic to him, just to give a little bit of background. Most of you probably know that, but some of you who may not know everything, not that I know everything, but Congressman McCarthy serves California's 23rd district and is the majority leader in the U.S. House of Representatives. He was first elected to Congress in 2006, is a native of Bakersfield and a graduate of Cal State Bakersfield. as well as a fourth-generation Kern County resident. After Congressman McCarthy was elected to Congress in 2006, he quickly became Chief Deputy Whip and later served as Majority Whip. In 2014, he was elected Majority Leader of the House. When Kevin is not in Washington working with his constituents in California, he's at home in Bakersfield with his wife Judy and 2 children, Connor and Bailey. So please join me now in giving a warm welcome to our Congressman, Kevin McCarthy.
I appreciate David doing that. Let's give David a round of applause. Now, first to the students, congratulations. I want you to know a couple different things. I didn't select you. How this works, what I thought, and this is different than any other congressional district. When I first got elected to Congress, I said I want to be able to find an award to award our best and brightest. And I did that, and I found out that was against the rules of Congress. So what I did was I changed the rules. So what we did is we created the 23rd Congressional District. We make a beautiful medal for you. On the back, it'll have your name and all sorts. And what I did, because I wouldn't know who to select, right? How would I have enough time? I set a criteria. And the first set of the criteria I made, I wanted to set an award that I could not have won if I was in high school. The criteria didn't have to be that high. So it's not just on GPA. The GPA matters, so at least a 3.5. So I know you're all exceptional academically. But what I also want to look at your character, your morals, your giving back to the community, and then leave it up to the principals for she or he to select you. And what you'll find is they have watched you, sometimes all 4 years, and they selected you based upon it. And what I did was I had them write something about you. And what we'll do is when we will call you up, we'll take a quick picture on this side. I'll read what they wrote about you, and then tell us a little bit about you as well. Tell us where you want to go to college, what you want to become. Thank those who have made a difference in your life. And one thing that I've always learned is it's usually your loved ones you forget the most. So remember that at the beginning. What you put in your mind. And really, to the parents, to the grandparents, fantastic job molding the future. There's a couple things I do in this job that makes me always excited. If I have an honor flight, medals for World War II vets, I'm doing this. Because when I think of what that generation did to make all the freedom for us, really for the world. And then you think of everything you see on the news, and oh my God, everything's bad. And when I sit and listen to what you were all able to achieve, high grades, but how much you give back to the community, I feel so good about the future. This is my third one. I break them up into different sections within this district. And I get so excited about going through this. So we're excited about you. I want you to know this community supports you, whatever endeavor you want to do. But I want to encourage you, wherever you go, to also think about coming back here. Because the opportunities throughout LA and Kern County is amazing. And we can reach the stars here. And we know so many of you are going to do around that. And so one thing I did after doing this for a couple of years, I thought, what about we should reward the teachers that make such a difference in their lives. So again, I don't select the teachers, but I have you pick them. And what you'll do is after you thank everybody, tell us where you're going to school, call your teacher up. We will take a quick photo, the three of us, and then I want you to read what you wrote about the teachers as well. Because really, I can't thank you enough. And I get teary-eyed watching the last night going through this, what some people would say. And when you think about some people were more than just a teacher, more than just a mentor. Some people went through some very personal, tough things, and they were there for them. So I can't thank you all what you do in the process. And to the trustees, some of you may not even have kids in school right now, but you're willing to give back. Thank you for showing up here and showing your support to the kids. Because one thing you'll learn, you really are the best and brightest. When you go to college, there's going to be a lot of best and brightest. So things may come easy for you right now. You may hit a challenge that you haven't hit before. So my only lessons in life is, everybody will hit a challenge. Do not judge somebody for stumbling and hitting a challenge. What I always look at is how you handle it. Your life is like a book. And if you stop because there was some challenge, it's the end of that book. But if you pick yourself up, that's probably one of the best chapters in the entire book of what people learn. And it all happened to others. When you go to college, do something you're not good at. If there is a subject you think you're not good at, go take that. Expand yourself. It's the best thing. Do not be afraid to fail. Some of the greatest things we've ever been doing is because we weren't afraid. And actually, the first couple times we failed down. The other thing, when the challenge happens, do not lose your head. Many times my son away at college, he'd call right away. First thing, don't lose your head. Be physically okay. Let's take a deep breath. Because those that panic in a situation usually don't make the right decision. And challenge yourself. And the other thing is, you can never have too many friends in this world. Never judge somebody from where they come from. Because you really don't. Reach out to people that you never thought you want to be around. And you'll find something great in life. All right, those are the lessons I want you to go. So, before I begin, I want to thank somebody that really does all the work to make this happen. Joy is in my office right now. Let's give Joy a round. All right, our first recipient comes from Desert Christian High School, Julianna, olliff. Did I get it right? Julianna distinguishes herself from her peers with her hard work, leadership, mindset, and service. She consistently demonstrates exemplary work ethic and excellence in her duties. Her grades reflect that. She brings her best to the classroom and is one of our leading students. Her organization and commitment elevate her to leadership roles in academic and athletic organizations. She possesses a growth mindset and challenges herself by choosing classes and responsibilities that stretch her abilities. Julianna chooses to use her capabilities in service to others through meaningful volunteer positions. She has one of her great qualities that she ties all together is a relentless, positive attitude which she brings to every effort. She carries a 4.1. She's an All-American Scholar, California Scholarship Federation President, varsity soccer team captain, softball team captain, marching band member, service and leadership team member, and a community service, Antelope Valley Hospital volunteer, and learning preschool teacher assistant.
Okay, so my teacher wasn't actually able to make it today. Her name is Mrs. Rowland. She was my Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 teacher. She was also our CSF advisor. If you guys don't know what that is, it's California Scholarship Federation. She encouraged me to always work harder and never give up, but always to have fun while working and enjoy what we do, which is all the time. Even though she was my teacher for only my freshman and sophomore year, she encouraged me all throughout high school as she came back and visited.
Can you tell us about you and where you want to go?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to St. Cloud State University in Minnesota. I'm studying nursing in the medical field. Yeah, I'm so excited. This year was fun. This year I had a lot of fun at my school and I learned so much. And they set me up and prepared me so much for getting into college. So I'm going to thank my teachers and especially Mr. Roseborough, my principal, because he spent so much time, especially investing in me, but in the rest of my friends as well, the whole school really. And my mommy and my daddy and my brothers, Evan and Luke, little baby. Okay, and my grandparents, of course, and definitely my soccer coach, who really invested a lot in all of us.
From Quartz Hill High School, Julia Wada. Julia embodies the qualities that teachers and parents hope all students can obtain. Julia is an esteemed member of the International Baccalaureate Diploma Class of 2017, and she is ranked #2 in her senior class. Julia has been a member of the Associate Student Body all 4 years of high school and also holds leadership positions in several clubs. Julia volunteers at the local middle school with science, Olympiad, and robotics. Julia is respected by both students and staff at Quartz Hill High School. She carries a 4.0 AP Scholar, ASB Assembly Commissioner, California Scholarship Federation President, National Honor Society member, community service, Highview Middle School volunteer who participates in community service projects through Keep Club.
Okay, my teacher that I wanted to thank is Miss Snyder. Can you guys hear me? Sorry. Yeah, okay. So even before I started high school, my brother would come home talking about Miss Nichter. My brother would come home talking about Miss Nichter, who was his biology teacher, and he would always talk about her just being there for all of the students. It didn't matter if they were in her class or not, because she is advisor of like 5 different clubs this year, and so she has all sorts of kids coming in, whether it's like BSU, do something, or Asian Club, or just all of these different activities, and she teaches biology and anatomy. And so, my freshman year, so as I already stated, she was the advisor for a lot of the clubs, and so one of the first clubs that I ever joined my freshman year was Do Something. And so the first time that I met her, I'd never actually talked to her. It was actually just watching her interact with all of the other kids within the class and the club, and how just comfortable all of the students were talking with her and interacting with her, and how involved she was within everything that we did. And that kind of inspired me, because I didn't do 4 years of ASB, I don't know how they got on there. So it inspired me my sophomore year to join ASB, because I don't like talking in public. So joining ASB, where there's a lot of kids who really talk a lot and are very social, this was a really big step for me. So, yeah.
Tell us where you want to go to college.
Well, I'm going to go to USC. I'm going to be studying computer science, and I'm going to do a mathematic option, which is oddly, even though I'm doing STEM and engineering, I'm taking thematic option, which is the kind of an honors program where you have to write and read a lot. But I like reading and writing. I don't want to do that when I go to college. Yeah. And then I just want to say thank you to my parents, even though they yell at me a lot. I also want to say thank you to my older brother, who has given me a lot of advice through the years. So and then I want to say thank you to my little brother, and then to Miss Victor, obviously, and a lot of my teachers, and then to Miss Callan. I don't think she's going to make it tonight, but she's at her center. She's non-counselor, and she does a lot of work for the little amount of pay that she gets, and she does a lot of work with us.
You can tell she's a wonderful young lady, and it's been my pleasure teaching her. She's just that, like I said, she embodies everything that you would want in a student and in a child, I think. Thank you.
Actually, one more, I'm sorry. Did I get it right? Alexandria exemplifies the virtues of a scholar and leader. She has maintained a flawless 4.5 academic record while also completing 10 college courses through dual enrollment. She has been a 4-year member of the band, investing countless hours in marching band events, honor band, and serving as the drum major her senior year. Her heart is kind and generous. She has postured herself for great success as she enters the university of her choice to pursue a career in either engineering, math, and medical field. She's band clarinet section leader, Mathletes team members, cyber patrol participant, school tutor, and she participates in numerous parades with her marching band.
I appreciate all the teachers who have passed on the wisdom to me, but Mr. Schrader has inspired me much more than all the teachers who have taught me. I was not a cross-country runner, he wasn't my coach, but I was a math student, and his math student for 3 years. I never really spoke much in his class, but I listened very well to his lectures, which helped me form into a self-learning and productive student. Mr. Schrader taught me to learn the concept, which helped me understand math language much more fluently compared to when I learned monkey math in middle school. He has pushed me and other students by motivating us to take challenging classes and setting up the path to taking these classes. I'm grateful for all the work he's put into making courses accessible to us and helping us get ahead of the game. And not only have I learned math wisdom from him, but I've learned life lessons from him as well.
Tell us about college and one thing.
I plan to go to Cal Poly Pomona, and I applied with a mathematics major, so mathematics and applied statistics. And I would like to thank my parents because they really helped me through years of a lot of hard work. I mean, there have been times where I've been really stressed out, and they came to my room and helping me with all that stress. They motivate me to push myself to be even better than who I am now. Mr. Schrader and Mr. Roney for doing such a good job with the school. And I know you haven't been all 3 years, but I've seen a lot of things.
Want to say a few words?
You know, one of the hardest things to do as a teacher is to get your students to drink. You've heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And what keeps me going as an educator is the kids who do. And Alexandra is one who's drank, and she's drank deeply. We have a dual enrollment program at our school, and I get to be her high school teacher, but I'm also a college professor. And she had to work really hard to get on that college track, and she's been taking college classes with me for 2 years. She's taking 5 college level math courses, and that's because she's motivated. That's because she wants to do it. She could have taken one and then been out and been done and had some college math, but she kept on going, kept on working hard, and she inspired all of her classmates to work harder. Thank you very much.
Hobby Junior Senior High School, Christian, Seymour. Christian Seymour is one of these extraordinary students who steps on your campus only once in a while. Christian is one of the most respectful and thoughtful students I have ever met. He has stood out as a leader, student, and athlete. He often comes to my office as a concerned student and representative of his peers. Christian leads by example with his demeanor and his esteem for his fellow students. Academically, he pushes himself into rigorous areas of study, and many students would dare not try. He has grit and tenacity, balanced with compassion and infamy. He is an outstanding student at Mojave Junior Senior High, and we are lucky to be able to assist him on his journey to success. Grand champion at the Kern County Science Fair. Academic decathlon team captain. Kern County Regional Science Bowl team captain, varsity football team member 2 years, track and field team member 2 years, marching band member. He is community service, the Mojave Marathon volunteer, and he's across America.
So I plan to attend William Jessup University in the fall and do a double major studying psychology and public policy. I'd like to become more involved in public policy and probably promote better policy to take care of the mentally ill and work as a counselor in my hometown for a while. I'd like to thank Miss McLean. She's always encouraged me and pushed me. I'd also like to thank our school board, Mr. Warple and Mr. Hodgkinson in the back, and my mother for always staying on me and encouraging my endeavors. And I'd like to thank Mr. Smalls for being a close friend and a mentor. My teacher is Miss McLean. Sorry. During high school, Miss McLean has fed my passion for science and engineering. She helped me grow as an individual that takes an interest in the scientific community and its relationship to the political world, along with how this relationship affects our nation. She allowed me to test my skills and challenge my abilities through participation in science-oriented events like the NASA Space Apps Challenge and the Kern County Energy Summit for 2017. As a student in her class, she always encouraged me to be bold and innovative, as well as soar for new unreached heights and the unknown. She's always encouraged me and always made sure I took a position of leadership with the other students, and I appreciate her for that very much.
All of these students who are here today are push-button kids. We don't really have to do too much encouragement. They're self-motivated, and that's why they're here. Christian, I did take Christian to the Kern County Energy Summit, and he heard a speaker, and while we were listening to the other speakers, Christian kept asking me about a particular speaker who was 11. I can't remember his name off the top. Mr. Anthony Thomas. And so Mr. Anthony Thomas is very much involved with environmental lobbying. And Christian kept talking to me while we were at the table. We were at the head table from S-Power, and he really wanted to talk to this gentleman. And so I said, okay, Christian, I'll go ask him if he has some minute to talk to you. And so I went over and introduced Christian to Mr. to Anthony, and they disappeared for about 20 minutes. And as an educator, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I just lost a student and another person. But Christian came back full of information, and he had already networked with someone who had made a major influence on what his future career is going to be. So this is Christian, and I'm a tool for your future, as all of us teachers are for our students. It's been an honor. Just yesterday, we are at a junior and senior high school. I'll be real quick. And we have junior high kids, boys, that are rambunctious. Christian's presence is like a big brother. They were at the drinking fountain, all fighting with each other, and Christian walked up and just stood there. And they all kind of got in line. And he's just a gentle person, but they respect him. And so I'm going to miss you so much on campus and part of our community. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Our next recipient comes from Desert Junior Senior High School, Ritu. Ritu is an outstanding student at Desert High School. He has demonstrated a strong weighted 4.5 GPA and is involved in our leadership family at DHS. Ritu has demonstrated a strong performance in AP Physics, AP Chemistry, and AP Calculus. In addition, Ritu demonstrates a passion for engineering students, exemplifies a passion to the engineering profession in which he has competed in several science fair projects throughout his high school career at DHS. Competed in Science Olympiad, recipient of awards in developing his passion for constructing new projects and ideas. Ritu continues to show a positive attitude towards his instructors and peers. He is an ambitious young man who will continue to make Desert High School proud. Carries a 4.5 Superintendent's Honor Roll recognition 4 years, 2016 English Student of the Year, California Scholarship Federation President, National Honor Society President, soccer team member. His community service is Halloween Carnival volunteer and Read Across America volunteer. Come tell us a little about your future.
So, like this young lady over here, I'm also going to Cal Poly Pomona to study chemical engineering. First most, I would like to thank my parents, obviously. They've supported me throughout my entire high school career. And while I may have chosen Mr. Spitzer as my inspirational teacher, all of the teacher and staff at Desert High School really helped me grow and helped me achieve my goals. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Spitzer up here. So when I came to Desert High School during my junior year, I moved from a different school. And Mr. Spitzer was one of the first teachers that really opened up to me and allowed me to start befriending people at the school. He got me to become a student that wasn't just there to complete his classwork, but instead to be involved in the school. So I came to Desert during a time where we were changing a lot. We had just started to have ASB as a class. We were getting more clubs. We were getting new AP classes. And Mr. Spitzer was there right along the way, being the conductor of the train that moved Desert along. And that really was inspirational to me. And it helped me motivate myself to become NHS president and CSF president, and really to want to do more with my life and improve myself more.
Words?
I'd like to say I'm honored to be selected by Ritu, and it's been a pleasure working with him. Not only is he tremendous academically, but he has tremendous character, and he's going to grow into to be a great man. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Ritu.
City High School, Callie Shaw. It's Callista, but you like to be called Callie, right?
Yes, it's easier.
Okay. As Congressman, we have problems. Callie is a definition of scholar athlete. Callie will graduate as one of our valedictorians. During her time there at California City High School, Callie has never gotten anything less than an A, whether it be in her high school classes or the college courses that she has taken to jumpstart her post-secondary plan. She is our top-ranking senior academically, but there is much more to her than just her accomplishments in the classroom. She is a talented athlete, earning league honors in softball and volleyball, and the High Desert League champion in track. Callie is also an active member of our school leadership team. She has been an integral part of our ASB since the day she set foot on campus. She has been a major contributor to various community service activities and has been a vocal advocate for our students in making sure that their concerns are being addressed. She carries a 4.1 High Desert League All Academic Honor recipient, ASB Vice President, ASB Student Board Representative, Girls Varsity Soccer Team and Track Team member, Science Bowl Team member. She has more than 200 plus volunteer hours as an AYSO youth referee. I just don't know how you all have the time. Come on over.
Thank you. I would like to start off by saying that my success is the culmination of many other individuals' efforts.
I don't really like to take credit for a lot, and that's probably going to continue to happen, so I'll let you know how they have all affected me. My mother, first of all, she gave birth to me. I'm very appreciative. She has instilled a work ethic in me that is the reason why I'm able to do all the things that I can do without sleeping. Also, I don't know if he's here tonight, but our principal, Mr. Rosamond, he started when I was a freshman, so I'm his first graduating class that he gets to see all the way through. He has made a vision at our school, a new education. I like to call it an enlightenment because all our educational programs have gone from here and they've skyrocketed. For example, we only had 2 dual enrollment classes when he started, and by the end of next year we'll have 17. And I'm really appreciative of all that he has done for my education. The person that I brought here tonight is my math teacher, Seymour. I chose Seymour to attend this ceremony with me because of the grand effect he has had on my life in the 4 years I've spent at California City High School. I have had the pleasure of being Mr. Moore's student for 3 years and his athlete for 4 years. He has helped me in Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus, and AP Calculus by making sure that I'm always challenged and keeping my enthusiasm for mathematics alive. Due to his influences, I have chosen to go into an engineering field. Even though I'm not his student anymore, he still assists me as I pursue my career in engineering by helping me with my college-level calculus class. Seymour has affected my life on the court as well. I have played volleyball for him for 4 years, 3 of those years being on his varsity team. As a coach, he has taught me perseverance. He has helped me to grow as an individual and as a leader on the court, which has shown through my life off the court as well. Without Seymour, I would not be the high-achieving, self-driven leader that I am today. I realize I forgot to tell you guys where I want to go. I'm going to Montana State University to study chemical engineering. I want to work in the field of biofuels. If that doesn't work out for me, I want to obtain a master's degree in environmental engineering and work for the National Park Service.
Students like Callie make our jobs easy. In a room full of educators, if we were to make a list of all of the greatest attributes of our favorite students and the best students, they would all apply to Callie. She's the most driven student I've ever taught. She's the most driven athlete I've ever coached. I don't know how she does everything that she does, but she inspires me as well. And not just as a teacher and a coach, but as a father. I have a freshman daughter that the last 4 years has idolized this young lady, and I couldn't be more proud of Callie just because of the example that she's been for my own children. And that'll be a lasting thing for me, not just as an educator, but as a teacher as well. So thank you, Callie. Burroughs High School, Hayley Weik.
Hayley is an excellent scholar, an accomplished student athlete, and a model citizen. However, it is her passion for leadership and her commitment to community service that sets her apart from her peers. In fact, Hayley is one of the most accomplished student leaders in school history. What is more impressive is that her leadership extends beyond the campus. Hayley is the president of the Youth Advisory Committee that meets regularly with the Chief of Police and City Council to discuss issues that impact the youth in our community. In fact, she was honored by the mayor in both 2015 and 2016 for her contributions to civic government. If that were not enough, Hayley also serves on the California Association of Student Leaders State Board, where she meets regularly with other student leaders from across the state in an effort to develop programs that help improve the culture and climate on school campuses and among communities. Her passion to serve others is truly amazing. She's the senior class president, California Scholarship Federation president, girls varsity team captain, Key Club vice president, U. O'Brien Youth World Leadership Congress participant, Girls State participant, Prudential Spirit of Community Award recipient. Her community service, autism summer day camp, and created a dance camp for adults with disability. Thank you,
I would like to start off by thanking my parents, the people who make everything I do possible, whether it be making cookies for a class at a moment's notice, or telling my parents, hey, I need you to drive me to the train station tomorrow, which has happened before, to go to board meetings. I really appreciate everything that you do. And Jenny, my sister, thank you for being so supportive. To the administrators and school board representatives, thank you for everything you do for our school and our district. I would like to recognize Miss Susan Burgess, my past English teacher. My experience in high school was somewhat unorthodox. I was involved in every club and organization I could get my hands on. And it was difficult for me to find the time to manage both school and academics. As I went about my sophomore year, I realized that my English teacher, Ms. Burgess, shared the same passion and drive I felt for bringing change to my campus. She taught many classes from Honors English 10 to AP Literature and Language to news writing. She has an enthusiasm for subjects she teaches that transpires out to her students. In the midst of all of her responsibilities, she found time to contribute to writing an application for an award that would recognize our school at the state level. She is also the club advisor for National Honor Society, a club that demands many hours out of the year. Seeing someone greet each day with so much passion and enthusiasm, regardless of her many responsibilities, inspired me. Ms. Burgess is someone who truly cares for her school and her students. I remember hesitating to ask her for help when I needed it for a speech competition my sophomore year. To my surprise at the time, Ms. Burgess was more than willing to help me, and I later found out that she had won that same competition when she was in high school. She taught me that anything was possible and that success comes from hard work. Ms. Burgess has truly influenced me to go out and create positive change at my school, in my community, and in the world. Ms. Burgess.
So, I'm not going to cry tonight. Hayley is, from her resume, you can tell she's just such a leader. But what I love about Hayley is she's such a giver. She's a giver of her passions and her enthusiasms and her talents and her time. When I think about Hayley, her commitment to leadership is not just about herself, which in too many cases is true, but it's about our school, our community, our state. It's about building future leaders. And I'm so excited to hear and to see what happens for Hayley and us in the future, because Hayley's in our world. So anyway.
Tell us what you're going to college?
I don't think so. Next year, I will be attending CSU Chico and majoring in business with an emphasis in marketing. Although I do have aspirations in politics and law, so we'll see what happens.
You cannot run against. All right. Now we go to Bourne Junior Senior High, Livvy. Miss Livvy Keys is an excellent young lady in all areas. She is this year's valedictorian, but Livvy is much more than that. For almost 6 years at this school, Livvy has lived by the highest of morals and integrity. Livvy's interest in music and choir has benefited our school as she sings our national anthem at numerous school functions. To leave out Livvy's sense of humor and smile would be an injustice. Administration, teachers, and fellow students recognize her as a leader because of these qualities. She carries a 4.3 National Honor Society member, varsity soccer team captain, honors English student 4 years, participates in dual enrollment classes, her community service, homeless shelter meal volunteer, community home painting volunteer. Thank you, Livvy, please.
I'm going to start with recognizing Miss O, the teacher I brought. She was my music teacher for 4 years, and then this year something unexpected happened, and she couldn't be my teacher, and Miss O has inspired me so much. When I was younger and we were talking about what we would want to be when we went to college, I had no idea. I didn't like science. I didn't like any of that stuff. And, when I went into Miss O's class, it was awesome because she helped develop my love for music. She helped me see how much fun music is and helped me like expand myself because I was a shy person, and she helped me, I guess, flower. I always loved going to her class. It always brightened my day. It was always cool to see her passion and love for music. She knew how to work well with other students, and she never gave up on them. She turned kids that would never imagine themselves playing instruments into people who love music, and by the end of the year they were playing concerts on instruments that they never played before. Miss O knew when to have fun, but she also knew when to be serious. I remember one time, I love reading, and I was into this one good series, and she took my book away and started flipping through it and creating these wild stories that had nothing to do with the book. I decided I'm going to Brigham Young University in Idaho, and I want to major in music. I'm not sure what field I want to go in music yet because I really want to be a mother. But I hope one day, if I go into the teaching field, I hope to inspire kids like she inspired me. I like to thank my mom. She's helped always push me and be an example of how in tough times and in trials you can push through because there's always a reward in the end, and it helps you become a better person. And I like to thank my family and my friends who helped put me into the person I am today. And I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm really thankful for the gospel and the church I'm in, because without it, I would not be the person I am today, and I'm very honored to receive this award.
Alright, I feel a good deal of pressure to be eloquent here. I'm not sure that that's going to happen, but I have truly loved being a part of Indigenous education. I think it's important for us to recognize individuals who are just so well-rounded and genuinely kind, and just genuinely seek the good in others, and live 100%. And I'm so proud that we made another music geek, and I love hearing your music band. It's just fantastic. So I've just been so happy to be a part of her education and a part of her family. So thank you.
Last comes from Lancaster High School, Alexandra Deshields.
They let me off pitching and I only allowed 2 runs.
He had to leave the game early. Well, we're glad you came. One would be hard-pressed to find a student as capable of Alex. He has proven time and again to be a responsible citizen and an effective member of the Lancaster High School student body. Alex will be recognized as valedictorian for his graduating class, finishing #1 overall. He has earned many awards, including the Principal Honor Roll, and has been a member of CSF, Scholarship Federation, his entire high school career. Alex has also received an academic letter and has earned 2 letters in varsity baseball. He is without a doubt a special student, one of the best and brightest I have had the pleasure of helping. I can't wait to see all the wonderful things he will accomplish in life. Alex is truly a worthy recipient of this honor. A 4.6 GPA, a 1730 SAT, Advanced Placement Scholar, National Award-winning Robotics Team member, National Honor Society member, Varsity Baseball Team captain, Young Americans for Freedom officer. Community service is the Grace Resource Center volunteer and math tutor. I give you Alexandra.
Thank you. I assure you that made me out to be a lot better than it looks like I'm nervous. That's because I am. Well, I'd like to start off by thanking my mom and dad, of course. Over the years, there's been times where we didn't exactly see eye to eye on everything. I've always been a little laid back. I think all the students here can relate to that. But they've always pushed me, and you know, I'm here now, so I guess they did pretty good. Yeah, but I like to thank my mom because, you know, ever since I was in kindergarten, she's like, "What's your homework? Can I help?" You know, it's just on Power School every day. Why are you going to be on this? You know, it's like, but, you know, I'm here, and my dad always getting the money to put the roof over my head and feed on the plate, you know, so that's always helpful. My older brother, he's not here. He's attending MIT. He's a real smarty pants. But I want to go to Stanford, but they said no. So I'm going to a small school in Texas. It's Prairie View A&M University. On a full ride for academics. So. Awesome. My older brother Andrew's always, whenever I had a question with calculus or physics, I'm like, "Hey Andrew, I know you're learning about this," so you know, he always helped me out with that. And of course, my teacher I brought here today, Miss Rowe, I'd like to thank a lot. I had her for Spanish 1, Spanish 2, and Avid 3. God did not put me on earth to learn Spanish. But she made it happen. I got an A both times. It's enlarged to her. I spent a lot of lunches in her class trying to understand conjugations of irregular verbs. It's rough stuff. But one thing that always stood out from this row for me is because she didn't always have the most achieving students in her class. She had all the slackers. But, you know, she never gave up faith in any of them. You know, I always see her, she'd do anything in her power to make them actually try in their work. And that always inspired me because I get tired of people real quick. But she sees someone who's not doing their best and do anything in her power to make sure that they succeed. And it wouldn't always work, but, you know, the ones that did, it really inspired them. And she really inspired me to be more outgoing in my personality because I'm not good with people, but you know, it's getting better. Yeah, but Miss Rowe is she's just always there, for me, always there for a lot of her students. And I guess that's it.
So Alex, just like all of the rest of the students here, has been an exceptional student.
you know, he compares himself a lot to his brothers and calls them the smarty pants, but what he doesn't know is that for a lot of our students who are high achievers, sometimes it comes easy. And Alex is a really, really smart individual, and he works hard, and he gives 110% in everything that he does, and it's not enough to earn the grade. He wants to understand concepts, and you know, he doesn't give himself a lot of credit, and he inspires me to have a little bit more humility. But you know what? All these things that you've achieved, Alex, are amazing, and you deserve every single one of them. And I'm very, very proud of you.
That's for you. This is yours. You guys all have an amazing future. And I just want you to know, everybody behind you wants you to be successful. So when you do have that challenge, remember there's a resource there for you. That's what they're here for. They want to see you succeed. So what I'd like to do now, I'm going to remove this. And I want all the winners to come up. We'll take one group shot, and then I could ask all the teachers to come up right behind afterwards. Let's go behind it, and we'll take a picture there. And then we can line up over here, and we'll take pictures with your family, each individually go through. Now I had, if you watch the medals, what you have there, we had cookies made, special just for those medals. So take them all home, because I eat them if you don't. So maybe there's somebody that's not here, you can take them to them too, but make sure everybody gets them and enjoy. But we want to wish you all the best. We're all very, very proud. When you succeed, it shows this community succeeds. So come watch them success. Thank you. God bless.
One more. 1, 2, 3. I make one with my phone. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. All right, parents, take all you want.
Well, congratulations on your award for Rosamond High School. And I'm just wondering what your feelings are like today.
I appreciate the acknowledgement, I really do. And I appreciate all the teachers that have supported me and have taught me a lot. Because high school doesn't just teach you what you need to learn for college, but they also teach you life lessons. And I learned so much from all the teachers and all the staff members from there. And I'm glad that I'm recognized for all the hard work that I've done. So it's really good to be here.
Well, that's good. Now, college is just another 4 years of trial. And what do you plan to do with life after you're through college?
Well, one thing that I learned in middle school was that I really disliked math. But after being in college courses in high school for mathematics, I learned that I really do love math, and that I'm really good at it. And so a lot of people said that, how am I supposed to apply mathematics to real life? And that's what I want to do. I want to apply mathematics to life to help us further ourselves technologically. And so maybe even help our nation.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you, my mother was a math major and raised 7 children. And they all graduated from college. So she did a good thing. Best of luck. Well, Dad, you said, what have you done? Well, it's obvious to the press and the world what you've done, and congratulations. And how do you feel today about your daughter?
I'm really proud of my daughter to conquer her endeavors and cross her horizons and study and work really hard every day. And I want her to succeed in life and to become someone important, not for us, for herself and the nation, and to achieve her goals. Because America needs people with education and people who need leadership. And not only that, but for her to become her dreams to come true. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing, huh?
To be happy and to help those around her. Like I serve my country, I want her to serve all those people around her in need.
Yeah.
Education or information or anything, any way she can help. That's my job.
Well, I see where she gets her high ideals, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
So, Mom, congratulations on your daughter's receiving this fine award.
Thank you.
And so all of those meals you prepared paid off.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? And how do you feel about this?
I'm really, really proud of her. And I know she's going to succeed in life. And she got a lot more dreams to go. And she's doing it one day at a time.
Yeah. And has she always been a good student?
Yes, she's always been a good student.
Always been, yeah.
Actually, I think she put her brother as role model.
Really?
Yes, Demetrius. He also graduated.
I see. So it was a pleasure being her mom.
Yes.
Glad to hear it. Well, again, congratulations and
thank you. I'm really, really proud of her. She just, I don't know, down to earth, I guess. And very good kid. Actually, I'm the one telling her, go to sleep, it's 2 o'clock, and she studied too much. You know, I have to stop her sometimes because she's always
trying to give her a balance.
Yes. She's doing already, let's say Monday, she's already doing her homework for next week.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's what it takes to be successful today.
Really proud of her.
Good. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, Mr. Superintendent, with a smile today makes the whole year worthwhile.
Absolutely. On Monday, we had our 4.0 dinner for all of our valedictorians, 25 of them, and Alexandra was one of them, and she is an outstanding student, outstanding leader. And when you get to see one of your students achieve what she has achieved and get an award from Congressman McCarthy, I mean, it was just really fun to watch, and it really makes the job worthwhile.
So I take that you'll be back next year.
Yes, I'll be here for a while. Yes,
all right.
I will.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Schroeder, how do you attract such award-winning students?
You know, I think the key is to be a lifelong learner yourself. I think that everything that we teach is better caught than taught, and so I'm learning. I'm taking classes all the time. I'm going to school. I'm getting more degrees, and I think that just feeds my passion for what I'm doing. I'm motivated to learn, and so my students get motivated because I'm right there with them. And I also, because I teach at Rosamond High School, we have only about 800 students in our student population. I have an opportunity with our smaller class sizes to really interact one-on-one with my students. I try to have at least 2 interactions with every single student every single day. And I try to make sure at least one of those is a positive interaction and one of those is an encouraging interaction.
Sure.
And doing that, I have these students like Alexandra for 3 years in a row. And when you have 3 years with a kid every day, you can really make a difference in their life. So
you get to know them.
You do, and you sort of figure out what makes them tick just by talking to them, interacting with them, and you can inspire them to work harder than they ever have before.
Well, and this is the 3rd time that you've been, I've taken your picture here at these. So we have plenty of file photos. But did she run track? No.
No, she didn't ever run for me. But she's been in my math classes.
That's a big course.
The last 3 years.
Which are always outstanding. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.